right, welcome to Western Racing League. I almost said Western States Racing League. I almost did it. Western Racing League, just wrapping up some practice. My name is Chris Murphy here with DRSN Digital Racing Sports Network, bringing you coverage of the Western Racing League Cup Series here at Bristol tonight. We have 10 seconds left here in practice. We're going to roll over to a 5-minute qualifying, and then we have 150 green flag laps, hopefully green flag laps, 150 laps here at Bristol. If you haven't seen a race at Bristol before on this half-mile racetrack, it is something to watch. We've got 11 drivers here tonight. We'll take a quick look here as we're wrapping up practice. We'll look at the current point standings here for the Western Racing League, and it's Justin Krasinski, last week's winner, leading the points right now is 75. Andrew Griesbaum in the second spot, 7 points back, and it's just Jason Tamer, Andrew Bowman, Nico Cipollini in the fifth spot. Tyler Brewer going to come home in sixth right now in the point standings. Joshua Wise, Ryan Thompson, Petrus Cementi, I know I butchered that one, and Bryce Dickman rounding out the top 10 in points. Then it is Brady Zoller, Robert Messler, Dalton Carter, Brian Fackler, Dominique Skidmore, Paul Boomershine, and JD Riddle rounding out 17 cars there in the point standings. Schedule coming up. Here we are at Bristol here on the 29th. We come back next Thursday night, February 5th, at Homestead. And we go out to California for the 12th at Sonoma, Darlington, Daytona, Kansas. And then regular season is going to wrap up on the 19th of March at Nashville and then Auto Club. And then we get into the playoffs. That is our upcoming schedule here for the Western Racing League. Let's take a look at our qualifying standings going on right now. Let's see, right now it's Brady Zoller at the top of the charts with a 15.545. Let's see here, gotta turn off this timer so we can stay there on the fastest lap. There we go, it's John, and it's last week's winner, Justin Krasinski. I know Justin told me how to pronounce it right last week. I probably still butchered it, but Justin's gonna go to the top of the charts right now on the pole with a 15.421. We take a look here at the 96 of J.D. Biddle out on the racetrack. The Big Ass Fan sponsored. If you don't know what a Big Ass Fan is, it is exactly that. It is one Big Ass Fan. You can put them up in your shop. They're huge. They will move a bunch of air around. We've got them in our shop, as a matter of fact. So, Big Ass Fan sponsor number 96 there of J.D. Biddle on the racetrack. Bryce Dickman as well in the number 30. Robert C. Messler in the 93. And the Goodwrench number 93 all out on the racetrack. Going to try to knock Krasinski off the pole. Biddle's going to come on his first lap, not going to do it, a 15.64, about 2/10 off. Dickman actually going to go back to the pit, start, maybe make a change, try to get back out there again. Messler in the 93 going to come across the line. Let's see where he ends up. Messler going to move up to the fifth spot right now at a 16.92. About a second half off the pace. Let's see if he can improve here on his second lap. Jason Tamer now in the fifth spot in the number 81. Dickman out on the racetrack. Messler still trying to improve. We got a couple minutes left here. Messler down. It's going to be Jason Tamer coming across the line, taking the pole away from Krasinski at a 15.370. Tamer to the point right now. Krasinski second. Dickman is going to move up into third. Almost a full tenth and a half back of Tamer. So look at Tamer putting down some laps here at Bristol. Trevor Fetchner, it's on my timing, it says Trevor Fetchner Don. I don't know if that's Trevor Fetchner or Fetchner Don, I'm not sure. We'll just call him Trev because that's what it says on the hood of the number 12. But Trevor, I'm going to try to make a few laps to see if he can put a time down. He's a little bit off the pace right now at 15.66. I think that's going to end his qualifying time. As we look at the number 40 of Tyler Brewer, the Nexus Design sponsored number 40. It's a little loose right there, getting in the corner to see if he can make up for that. No, he is going to pull down off the racetrack as well. So Tyler with a 15.73, a little off the pace. Messler, it looks like we've got the 78 of Griesbaum, and it looks like Griesbaum's going to take some damage right there. Knock the nose piece off the 78 Nesquik sponsored car. That is going to end Griesbaum's qualifying run. And Paul Boomershine in the number 99 did not come out to take a lap. About a minute left to go here in qualifying. It looks like it's going to be Jason Tamer up front. While they're wrapping up qualifying, take a look at the upcoming schedule for the DRSN broadcast. It is The top one right there is where we're at right now. It's the Western Racing League Cup Cars at Bristol. Next Wednesday night, we come back with the Aces Up Sim Sports 360 Sprints at Oswego Speedway. And then Thursday night, the 5th, we come back here with the Western Racing League Gen 4 cars again, once again at Homestead. And then on the 10th, we're going to start the season off with the Western Racing League Craftsman Trucks at Daytona. First race of the season for the Craftsman Trucks for the Western Racing League. They are pretty much following the truck season, the regular Craftsman Truck season. So we're going to be with them all throughout the season. Start off at Daytona on the 10th. Then on the 11th, the Variety Pack Racing Xfinity. Actually, that's supposed to be the 12th. I put the wrong date on that. So that's actually the 12th right there. Actually, you know what that's supposed to be? That is supposed to be the season finale for the Aces Up Sim Sports at Knoxville 360 Sprint Series on the 11th. And on the 12th, we come back Western Racing here at Sonoma. And that's going to be carry our season out for the DRSN broadcasting schedule through the month, through about halfway through the month of February. We got a bunch of races coming your way. Check in. Jump onto the channel. If you haven't been here with us before, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. It looks like qualifying is over. So we will bring you the qualifying order here as we get lined up. And it is going to be Jason Tamer with a 1537. Right behind him, Justin Krasinski at a 15421. Just a little less than half a tenth back right there, or 500 thousandths as I guess I should say. Bryce Dickman in number 30, Ford Taurus there, comes home in the 3rd. Brady Zoller 4th. Nico Cipollini in the 5th spot. And I feel like every time I say Nico's name, I have to kind of emphasize Nico for some reason. I don't know. It makes me an Italian thing. JD Biddle in the 6th spot. Trevor Fechner 7th. Tyler Brewer 8th. Robert Messler 9th. Andrew Griesbaum and Paul Boomershine, he did not get a lap in. So that is our qualifying order right there. And as we're getting lined up, let's see, we got some other fancy graphics we're going to bring here to you. It looks like I don't have my ticker on for some reason. There we go. Down there on the bottom. If you're an SDK user, you're watching this for the first time, all of these fancy graphics you're going to see are going to come from my good buddy Shane Cochran. You'll find him over on the SDK Discord if you're looking for some nice plugins. I know our buddies over at Highline Racing had Shane do some work. They put together some nice graphics for them. We're going to get rolling here pretty soon. It looks like everybody's about gridded up. Now we are going to roll off pit lane. We'll get our lineup done here real quick because they don't get around Bristol too much here. And it looks like my grid is not working for some reason. We're going to have to figure that. So we're going to have to go to the old school grid. Jason Tamer on the pole. Justin Krasinski, Bryce Dickman. Brady Zoller outside row number 2 in the 4th spot. Nico Cipollini starting in 5th. JD Biddle, Trevor Fechner, Tyler Brewer, Robert Messler, Andrew Griesbaum, and Paul Boomershine are going to round out our 11-car field. So it looks like Pace Car is going to pull in here. We're going to get another lap around. It looks like maybe one more lap around here. We come off of turn number 4. That's kind of a nice shot, looking down from the top of turns 1 and 2 as they make our way around here. One more lap around the racetrack. You can see Tamer. It looks like Boomershine not going to make the call here. So it's going to be Tamer going to bring us to the line. We're going to roll down the back straightaway here in the 81. The unsponsored car. Looks like if you're looking to sponsor a car out here, iRacing, it looks like Tamer could use some help. I don't see any sponsors on that number 81. Chevrolet, he could use some help out there. So reach out to Tamer if you're looking to get your name on a car. They're going to bring us to the line off of 4. Tamer and Krasinski. You can see the 18 of Zoller tucking up in the back. And we are going to roll down into turn number 1. We are green here at Bristol for the Western Racing League. Krasinski with a good run off the top. Tamer's going to have to slide in back into 2nd spot right behind him. Side by side, the 18 of Zoller and Dickman side by side for 3rd, and the 96 of Cipollini, of Biddle and Cipollini in the 77 also side by side for that 5th and 6th position. Back up to the front, it's Krasinski. Going to get a little separation here. Back to Tamer. Tamer sat on the pole with fast lap, but right now it looks like Krasinski has the pace. Is getting away just a little bit, but here comes Tamer back up on him, and look at Zoller on the 18, also closing up on the back of the 81. All right, 150 laps are going to go by quick right here. We are on lap number 4 already. Krasinski, Tamer, Zoller, your top three. We look back here to the 30 of Dickman, Biddle right there in the 96 in the 5th spot. Then it is Nico Cipollini, and then it's a little ways back to the 40 of Tyler Brewer, Andrew Griesbaum, Robert Messler, and Trevor Fetchner. And did Boomershine make it out? It looks like Boomershine did not make it out onto the racetrack, so we got 10 cars starting this race. And we are nose to tail up front. The number 4 of Krasinski setting the pace, but he has the 81 of Tamer all over the back of him, and you can see Tamer looking to a little bit of the outside, coming off a 2 down the back straight. He has a run going into 3 and 4. And he's gonna lose it. Got down on the apron, lost the back of the car. Tamer gonna take a ride into that outside wall, and that is going to be caution number 1 of the evening. We'll go back here and take a look and see what happened to Tamer, but it looked like he might have got down on the apron. The back of the car came around him. You can see him making a good run right here. Looks to the outside of Krasinski, which lets him kind of make a dive down off a 2, off the corner, and take a look to the inside as we head down into 1 and 2, or actually into 3 and 4 here. And he just gets loose in the corner. Just got in a little too deep and then overcorrects the car, hits that outside wall. Lucky didn't collect anybody behind him, but a hard contact right there for the number 81, our pole sitter of Jason Tamer. And I don't think we have any fast repairs here, so we're going to see if he can get in. We're going to take a look at one more time here, maybe from a little bit different camera angle. So you can see right here as I head through 1 and 2, Tamer doing a good job. He is setting Krasinski up for this move heading into 3, because you can see the run he gets off right here, but he just can't get the car into 3 and loses the back of it right there. Maybe a little too much rear brake in the car, I'm not sure, but hard contact with that outside wall is going to take our pole sitter out of this race, at least for the moment. All right, 8 laps in, first caution. We take a look at the number 4 here of Justin Krasinski, cystic fibrosis. Maybe I just shouldn't try to say that. Sponsored car here. And he's got the 18 of Brady Zola right there behind him. Bryce Dickman in the 30. J.D. Biddle 4th. And it's going to be Nico rounding out our top 5. Tyler Brewer, Andrew Griesbaum, Trevor Fetchner, and the number 12. Messler back there in the 93. And Tamer. You can see the damage on that car still sitting on pit road right now. And you can just see the smoke coming out of that car. He's going to try to get some repairs done, but Tamer already, it looks going to go a lap down here. Appreciate you being here with us. If this is your first time, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share with all your friends, get up and do a dance, whatever you got to do. Tell them about DRSN. Appreciate you being here. It's Krasinski and Zoller. Look like the lights are out on the pace truck, or on the pace car. Not really a truck. Gonna roll down the back straightaway, heading to 3. We're gonna go green here as we're gonna start lap number 10. We're gonna complete lap number 10. 140 laps left to go when we go back to the flag. Gonna roll off of turn 4. It's gonna be Krasinski, Zoller, Biddle bringing us to the stripe. Rolling down to 1. Krasinski gets a good job getting back down to the bottom. Zoller tucks in behind him. Biddle side by side. Look at the 40 car. Brewer with a nice move up 3 spots. Now he gets around. He got around Nico right there. Nico with not a great start. Let Brewer get by. He's actually going to have that 12 car of Trevor Fetchner also getting by around him on the outside. But we look up to the front. It's Zoller actually reeling Krasinski in right here. So we're going to battle for the lead here between the 4 and the 18. But here comes Krasinski, still leading this race. Zoller right there behind him. Biddle in the 3rd spot. Where is my mouse? There we go. Roll down the back straighter here one more time into 3 and 4. It is Krasinski, Zoller, Biddle, Dickman, and Brewer, your top 5. Brewer with a good run up 3 spots now. He's probably didn't look to have some pretty good pacer early, but he looks like he is starting to show the way. And we got a Biddle fan in the chat. Thanks for being there with us. Cheering on for the 96 to JD Biddle there. We're getting some screen time for that one. So our top 3 or 4 up here, or actually our top 5, still with some good pace still. In striking distance of each other, but then it's a little ways back to the 12 of Fetchner and Greasebomb. We take a look back here at this battle for 6th and 7th, and it's going to be Greasebomb getting around Fetchner there. Greasebomb didn't have a good run in qualifying, actually got into the wall right there, so that put him to the back of this pack. But he is starting to make his way up here. He started in 10th, now up to 6th, up 4 spots. He is our biggest mover of the race right now. As we get back up to the lead, it is Krasinski, Zoller, Biddle, Dickman. And laps are ticking by in a hurry. 18 down now, 132 to go. I don't know what the green flag stops are going to look like. We'll have to see how this plays out. Well, off the tournament, that's a nice shot off of 2 as they head into 3. That's Krasinski, Zoller, Biddle, Dickman right there. Kind of a crank it up, kind of a camera view. Good shot of the number 18 M&M sponsored. I appreciate you being here with us. We are 20 laps into this 150 lap race. It's Krasinski, Zoller, Dickman, your top 3. And it's a little ways back to the Biddle and Brewer. Actually, Biddle now has closed his way up on the back of the 30 at Dickman for that 3rd spot. Jump in the car here with Biddle, and you can see him trying to chase down the 30. Gets into the corner a little bit deeper, actually has to check up. And that kind of hurts his run through the center off, and you can see just a little different run right there, both down there on the bottom of the racetrack. I like this gyro cam. But Biddle doing a better job of holding that yellow line. Dickman kind of sliding up a little bit from the center off. See, we've got in chat BK says, I'm a huge fan of the 226 Rolex 24 presented by iRacing winner JD Biddle. Not sure what that means. Somebody's got to clarify. Did JD win? Did JD win one of the flights or the splits in for the 24-hour race at Daytona? We jump here on the number 40, the Nexus Design sponsor. Nexus Design sponsor and Viking Construction, 2 of the main sponsors here for the Western Racing League. Thanks for having us here. Take a look here at Tyler in the number 40, trying to get around Biddle. But actually, Dickman able to get some separation here. JD Biddle was right up on the back of the 30, but has to fall back just a little bit. Back up front is still Krasinski. Led most of this race. Zoller not able to hang on the back of him there a little bit, slipping back just a little bit. Well, thanks for that information there, Brike. JD Biddle, won his flight, won his split as they call it here in iRacing in the 2026 Daytona 24-hour race. That's pretty awesome, man. Congratulations to JD. Let's see if he can pick up a win here in the Western Racing League. And the Big S Fan sponsored Chevrolet sponsor number 96. Justin Krasinski, Brady Zoller. Take a look at our lap leaders here to make our way around. Krasinski led 30. Tamer led one early, but then crashed out. I think Jason may be back on the racetrack. No, it looks like he is done. Jason Tamer out of this race right now. Sat on the pole, made 8 laps. Lost the car getting into 3, drove it into the outside wall, and that was the end of the night for Jason Tamer. Look at Dickman. Dickman made a bunch of ground. He's going to look to the inside of Zoller as they head into 3. We're actually out of 2 and down the back straightaway. Now into turn number 3. Zoller down on the bottom. Dickman kind of in the middle. You can see how that's going to work for Dickman. He takes a run down off the top, is able to drive the car down the hill off the corner. It gives him a lot of momentum. And he is going to look to the bottom one more time on Zoller, but not able to make the pass. I'll jump in the car here, and you can see it right there. Dickman trying to get underneath of the 18 of Zoller. He looks to have a little more pace right now. Zoller looks to have used up his tires. You can see he's not able to hold the bottom of the racetrack. Kind of slips up on entry. He is able to diamond the car off the corner and get a little momentum, but still, Dickman with a lot better pace right here as Zoller's losing ground to our leader, Kuzinski, as well. We're 35 laps into this. We got 35 laps on these tires. We're going to see how long this lasts. And you can see Zoller fighting the car. If we jump in the car here with him, I think you're going to see him fighting the wheel. We jump in the car with Zoller. He gets down in the corner. Turns the car down to the left. Actually holding it pretty good right there. This time he looked like a little wiggle the lap before. So sure, as soon as I jump in the car, he didn't do it. But he is chasing that car up the racetrack. And here comes Dickman down to the bottom trying to get that second position away. Come across the line one more time. 38 laps down, 112 left to go. Here's our battle for second. And it's a freight train behind Zoller. If this was an F1 race, I would call this a DRS train. It's Zoller, Dickman. Dickman pushes up the racetrack. That's going to let Biddle look to the bottom. But look at Dickman. That's a nice setup right there. He's going to get to the bottom of Zoller. No, not quite. Actually, I think Zoller's thought he was there a little more and moved up the racetrack just a little bit. Dickman back to the, watch this run. He gets down off the, oh, Biddle's going to take that line away from him. Biddle sneaks up in there. I think Dickman was setting that up one more time to run up the hill and then dive down off his Zoller off the corner. But unfortunately, Biddle kind of had occupied that space. And that is allowing the rest of this field to catch up. So Greasebomb, Cipollini are also working their way up in this battle. So we're about to have about a 6-car battle here for second. Our leader, Kuzinski, way out in front. And then it is our second place running, Brady Zoller, Bryce Dickman, Biddle now in there to fight. Here comes Dickman dipping down to the bottom one more time as they head into turn number 1. Zoller wiggled just a little bit off of 4. Oh, we got a caution. It looks like it's Biddle. JD Biddle goes around. And he finds himself in the inside tire barrier down there in the 96. The big-ass fan sponsor, number 96, goes around. We're going to see if we can see what happened here. Did he do this on our own, or did he have a little bit of help? So he's right here sitting there in 5th, or actually in 4th. Comes off the corner right there, off of turn number 4. He gets down into 1. Does Brewer get in the back of him here, or does Biddle just get loose on his own? We'll take a look. Oh, it looked like the 78 kind of gave Brewer a shove and shoved him all the way up into the 96. Unfortunately for Biddle in the 96, also Brewer going to go around as well. Doesn't look like Tyler hit anything. Let's take a look at that one more time from the, let's see here, if we can see from view of Greasebomb in the 78. You can see Greasebomb here in the 78. We'll get up on the nose. I don't want to do nose cam. It'll be too much, but let's just see what happens here. You can see him with a good run on Brewer. I think Brewer's checking up just a little bit. Ah, it doesn't look like the 78 made any contact there. It might have just been... Go back and look at one more time here from Tyler Brewer's angle. And we'll take a look here so we can see the 96 up there in front here of Biddle. And you can see the 40 car coming into the angle. And he just catches the right rear. Just catches the right rear bumper of the 96, turns them around, and here comes Nico going to try to just squeeze through there as well. So a little contact, it looked like from the 40. Gets into the 96, and that is going to be our second caution. And it looks like everybody pitted here except for our leader. According to my time in scoring, the number 4 of Krasinski did not come into the pits while everybody else did. And looking at the times in the pits, it looks like everybody took 4 tires. I think they have 4 tire sets for this race. Alright, so we're going to get lined back up here. It doesn't look like anybody took any real heavy damage right there. But we are down to 9 cars. We started with 10. And we're going to go green. Krasinski is going to bring us to the line. And it is green flag one more time here at Bristol. Lap 48, 47 down. 103 laps left to go. That's kind of a weird number to give you, I know. But oh, look in the back here. It's double wide. Trevor out there on the outside. He has got Dickman trying to make his way back up through. So Dickman with not a great pit stop. Found himself back here towards the back of this field. Krasinski still out in front. Cipollini now finds himself in second. I'm not wondering if maybe somebody might have had a black flag or something that I missed. Dickman's way back there, but here comes the 77 of Cipollini up onto the outside of Zoller. The 78 of Greasebaum as well, right there in the mix. Krasinski now led most of it. Oh, Zoller going to look to the inside of Krasinski, heading down the turn number 1, not able to get up alongside. So the 18 has to settle back into second. Krasinski, Zoller, Greasebaum, your top 3. Take a look back here in the back. Dickman was running up towards the front of this race. He now finds himself back here in 7th, behind the 12 of Trevor Fechner. Let's see if he can make up any ground right here. '78 of Greasebaum now has found his way around Krasinski for the lead. So we have our 3rd leader of the race, Andrew Greasebaum, out in front. Let's see if we can see how he made the pass. We were kind of looking towards the back of the pack there a little bit. And did not give me, let's see here. We'll look one more time. We'll see if we can find it. Take a look at the replay. How did, oh, actually around the outside, Greasebaum around the outside of the 4 car. Head down into turn number 1, and let's see if this gets a better run. And that's the new tires right there. We said Krasinski did not pit. Greasebaum on 4 new tires. That is the biggest difference right there. So Krasinski now actually falling back a little further in his field. Now back to 4th. So a little bit different strategy for him right there is not paying off as he is falling back through this field. He does have, there is 4 sets of tires for this race. The other drivers only have 3 left, but right now Krasinski falling back here. Now he did win the last race out, so I'm not going to question his strategy. We'll see how it plays out for him. So he is now fallen all the way back to 6th after restarting in the lead. And you can see Tyler Brewer in the 40 going around the outside of him as well. So Krasinski now falling to the back here. We'll see how this works out. He's now all the way back to 7th. He's got the 12 of Fechner now behind him. We're a little bit separated out here in the front. Got a little battle here going on for 4th and 5th. The Dickman out of the outside of Nico in the 77 is going to try to take that spot away. And he looks like he's going to do it. A nice run on the outside for Bryce Dickman. He is going to take the 4th spot away from Cipollini. Brewer also right there behind in the 77. But Biddle actually worked his way back up to 3rd after going around from that contact with Brewer. The 96 of J.D. Biddle back up to 3rd after starting 6th. So our Lexington, Kentucky driver, big-ass fan-sponsored number 96, now back up to 3rd. But it's Greasebaum out in front, almost a full second, 0.8 of a second now, back to Zoller. The 40 of Tyler Brewer trying to reel in the number 77 of Nico. But just not able to make up some ground right now. But watch Dickman up there in the 4th spot. Dickman's now worked his way back up to the 96 of Biddle. So Dickman with some good pace here right here. If I look at the last lap time, the fastest car on the track was the 77 of Cipollini at a 15.856. About a 1/10 of a second faster than anybody else on the racetrack. So the 77 is starting to find some pace as well. He is actually putting a little separation between himself and the 40 of Tyler Brewer. Oh, a little bit. Zoller got a little loose off a 2 right there, able to save it in the 18. He is trying to make some ground up on Greasebomb. He actually made up about a 1/10 of a second on the last lap. Let's see if he can keep reeling him in. Zoller using a little bit different line. We watch Greasebomb right here go right down to the bottom. Kind of keeps that car about half a car width off the bottom of the racetrack. But if we watch Zoller, watch Brady get into the corner down here as we head into the 1 and 2. Kind of takes the car in a little middle, lets it diamond up just a little bit, and then diamonds back off the bottom of the corner. Gives him a nice little run down the straightaway as he is trying to catch our leader. And we've got a battle shaping up here for third with Biddle and Dickman. Nice run from Dickman. He's going to go to the inside, and at the same time, Biddle kind of gets in the outside wall. Dickman now going to move up to third. That is going to shuffle JD Biddle back to the 4th spot. So a little mistake there from JD. Catching that outside wall allowed Dickman to make that pass a little easier than I think he expected it to be. And now Biddle's going to have to contend with the 77 of Cipollini here with the next couple of laps as he is starting to close up on there. Fastest lap of the race right now is Brady Zoller at a 15.526. And we're about half, it's about 7/10 of a second, half a second off of that lap time. So you can see the cars, these older tires starting to slow down a little bit. Speaking of that, look at Krasinski down here. He has been on the same set of tires now for 70 laps. Everybody else on fresher tires, and Justin has now fallen all the way back to 8. He is found himself about, let's see here. He now finds himself about, 8 seconds back, actually about 8 seconds back to the leader right now. So Justin has got to find some pace. He's got to get in and get some new tires on. I think he's hoping for another caution at this point. Back up to our battle for second, our Angels California driver Bryce Dickman in the 30, trying to catch Brady Zoller for second, and he is reeling him in a hurry. Dickman's just got a little better line right there to the center of the corner, and you can see he gets in a little bit deeper right there, about a half a car length deeper, and actually is getting a pretty good run off the corner as well. A lot of times what you see is those drivers that are getting that good run getting in will lose some momentum to the center of the corner, but Dickman doing a really good job right here as he is doing everything he can to catch that second place run in Brady Zoller. Biddle now looks like he's got himself back in a little better shape, back here in 4th, as he is starting to put a little distance between the 77s. Nico was kind of gaining on it, but now it's about the same, about 5 or 6 car lengths back to the 77 and Nico back there in the 5th spot. We'll kind of go through the field here. The number 40, you have Tyler Brewer in 6th, Trevor Freshner in that really bright purple number 12. Our Fresno, California driver up to 7th, Justin Krasinski, our early race leader, now back to 8th. And then we go back to the number 93 of Messler. That is our 9th place car and our last car on the racetrack, as Tamer is still out of this race. He is done for the day. So we got 9 cars left on the racetrack, and that is what we're going to do. And actually, Greasebomb has now caught the 93 of Messler. Messler's going to go a lap down. He moves up out of the way. And see if he stays out of the way for the rest of this field. You can see Zoller coming up on him now. And Messler's just going to move up to the top of the racetrack. Out of the way of Zoller, out of the way of Dickman. Biddle coming up there behind him as well. So Messler going to follow a lap down here. Dickman now to the bottom of Zoller, coming off the corner, coming off of turn number 2 into 3. Looks to try to get around, just not quite able to do it. Dickman has a little, Zoller into the outside wall. Is that going to let Dickman get up alongside him into 1? Didn't look like it slowed Zoller down very much. Dickman not able to get up alongside. And Biddle starting to catch these 2 guys up front. So Zoller, I think Zoller's actually, Dickman's got a little better pace. I think if we could see the 30 car get by the 18 of Zoller, I think you might see him try to run down Greasebomb, but he's just got to find a way around. It's not an easy place to pass here at Bristol. You know, it looks like there's 2 lines out there, but you've got to try to get a good run off the corner. And Dickman's actually getting into the corner pretty good, but just can't get the run off to clear Zoller. Let's see if he can find a way around here a couple more laps into this. And here comes the 96 of JD Biddle. And Cipollini also going to work his way up into this battle. So we're going to have a 4-car battle for second. Dickman looks down to the bottom one more time. He is now up alongside, gets close to that left rear quarter of Zoller, sorry. They head down into the 3. And the 30 car of Dickman is now going to clear him. Now we're going to see if he has anything for our leader, Andrew Griesbaum. Biddle there also trying to make a run. Biddle now looking to the bottom of the 18 of Zoller. Trying to get by for third, so it looks like Zoller kind of wearing those tires out. And it's going to be J.D. Biddle now up to third. Zoller falls back a spot, and just as we thought, I mean, Dickman has cleared Zoller and set sail. He is trying to run down our leader, Andrew Griesbaum. He has now got about a second and a half to make up to get back to the leader. Zoller falls back to fourth. Nico Cipollini trying to get around in there for the fourth spot now, and it's a little ways back to the 40 of Tyler Brewer. And it looks like Krasnensky finally came in and pitted. Actually, no, he's not pitted yet, so he still has yet to pit. But he is 64 laps into this race. Actually, 86 laps into this race. Sorry, we're on lap 88 now. 66, just about 63 laps left to go. And Krasnensky still yet to pit. He's got to be hoping for a caution. He's got to be on fumes here pretty soon. I don't know what the length is going to be here under green flag, but he has got to be just about out of fumes out of fuel right now. So we'll see how that plays out. But look at J.D. Biddle. He has regrouped after that incident with Brewer earlier. Has now found his way back to third. Got around Brady Zoller. Now he has run down Bryce Dickman. I thought Dickman was going to run away once he got clear of the 18, but just not quite able to make up that ground to Andrew Griesbaum in the 78, our leader. But Biddle now shows to have the pace. We look at our last lap, and last lap, our leader Andrew Griesbaum with a 16.466, about a tenth better than the rest of the field. There's our battle for second shaping up between Dickman and Biddle. And then it's a ways back to Zoller, so Zoller's really falling off the pace. This set of tires is not to his liking. He is really struggling here late in this run. Nico is now running the back of him. Tyler Brewer also there. And then it's a ways back to the number 4 of Krasnensky. And matter of fact, Krasnensky is in threat of falling a lap down at this point. Where is he on the racetrack? He is in to number 4. It's only about a half a straightaway from Griesbaum to the Ford car of Krasnensky before he's going to go a lap down. All right, my name is Chris Murphy here with DRSN Digital Racing Sports Network, bringing you the Western Racing League. Week number 3 here for the Cup Series, Thursday night series at Bristol Motor Speedway. Brought to you by Nexus Designs and Viking Construction. Thanks for having me here. A couple other sponsors we have on the Corbin Matthews, country singer. If you like good country music, check out Corbin Matthews. Has a new single coming out tonight, as a matter of fact, in about 22 minutes. Well, check out Corbin Matthews if you like some good country music. Also, Scott's Nuts, good buddy of mine. If you like flavored pistachios, check out scottsnuts.com. That is our sponsors for tonight. So good run here from J.D. Biddle. Biddle now underneath Dickman. I don't think Dickman's got anything to fight with. He's going to have to just let Biddle go. So Biddle with a nice run right there is going to take over the second spot. Dickman falls back to third. And Brewer's actually found his way around Zoller and Cipollini. We missed that. Let's see if we can find out what happened right here. So Tyler Brewer with a good... You see him looking to the inside of Nico. Nico slips up the racetrack. Actually, that right front tire is just about wore out. Nico in too hard, catches the outside wall. That is going to let Brewer get past him. And then he also, it looks like about a lap later, Tyler finds his way around the outside of Brady Zoller in the 18. And once again, I think, Zoller's tires are so wore out, he's having to lift pretty hard out of the throttle to keep that car on the bottom, and that is going to let Brewer just drive past on the outside. All right, so the J.D. Bill's now made his way to second. He's 1.4 seconds back from our leader. We're going to keep an eye on that. He is actually closing it. from the time I said that and the time I looked again, he had almost made up a tenth of a second. So Biddle is coming in a hurry. He's got the lap car of Trevor Fechner in between him right here in the number 12. Let's see if Fechner moves up out of the way. Fechner not moving out of the way. He's going to run right in that middle line. He's going to say, all right, JD, you can get around me, but you're going to have to find a way. The number 4 of Krasinski has not gone down a lap yet. Actually, it looks like maybe he has. He has gone down a lap. So Krasinski, let's see. Oh, no, he's still hanging on there. Is not yet to go down a lap. Griesbaum about a corner away from him, though. So Justin really needs a caution right here, or everybody else might just have to pit one more time. You know what might happen here? If Justin can stay on the lead lap here, take a set of tires, he'll have fresher tires at the end of this run, hopefully. And we'll see how it plays out for him. He's got some strategy, I'm sure. Justin's not a newbie to this kind of racing. He knows what he's doing out there, so we'll see how he plays this. But right now, he is the last car on the lead lap. Down from 7, Zoller. Zoller in the 18 has just had enough of those tires. He is going to dive down into the pits. So the 18 of Brady Zoller, our first car to make the second stop. We take a look at one more time at our leader. It is Andrew Griesbaum, but look, lurking in the back, it is JD Biddle. JD has made up about 0.4 of a second since he's made his way into that second position. He is now right at just a little under a second away from our leader. So JD on a charge, looks to be liking this late run on these tires. They pitted back on lap 44, so they've got about 60 laps on these tires. JD making a good run right here. Is my timing is scoring right? Is Krasinski really not pitted in 107 laps? That's what my timing is scoring says. He's up in the 5th now as Nico is also come in and pitted. Oh, little contact right there. The 77 and Krasinski. I'm not sure if they got together right there or if Krasinski just got loose on those old tires. But you can see our leader is now closing in on the back of the 4 car to put him a lap down. And look at JD Biddle's got, oh, Nico right there. Biddle was trying to get around the lap car of the 77 of Nico and just kind of caught that right rear quarter just a little bit. Fortunately, Nico didn't go around. Doesn't look like there's much damage on it. Biddle's now going to continue his charge after Andrew Griesbaum. I should have marked that. We could have gone back and looked at that, but that was pretty close. Biddle just kind of caught the left rear quarter of Nico. And you can see from Biddle, we'll jump up here in the Griesbaum, and that is the number 4 of Krasinski, our early race leader, now threatened to go down a lap. Last week's winner, Justin Krasinski, is about to go down a lap here to Andrew Griesbaum. Biddle right there in 2nd now. And it's a ways back to Dickman. And it's Tyler Brewer in the 40 right now, up to 4th. And we've got the JD Biddle cheering squad in the chat. BK cheering him on. And it's now down to half a second. The 96, the Big S Fan sponsored Chevrolet of JD Biddle is working his way up onto the back bumper of Andrew Griesbaum for the lead here at Bristol with the Western Racing League. We are 114 laps into this race, coming up to start and finish lap 115. 35 laps left to go when they come across the stripe. It is Andrew Griesbaum. JD Biddle in 2nd. The lap car of Krasinski right there in front of him. Justin's not going to make it easy. He's going to go down to the bottom. He says, I'll give you a lane, but it's going to be the top. Let's see if he stays on top of it. No, Justin's going to go down to the bottom. He is going to make the leaders go around him on the outside. So he's holding his line. He doesn't have to pull over out of the way. He just needs to hold his line. He does not want to go down a lap, and that's exactly what Krasinski's doing. And that is going to allow Biddle to close up on the back of Griesbaum. So the lap car or the car that's about to go down a lap, our early leader Krasinski now down on the bottom. Biddle looks to the bottom of Griesbaum for the lead. And the 78 is going to make his way around to the outside of the 4 to try to put Krasinski a lap down. Going to make that pass. Krasinski did everything he could to stay on the lead lap. and he did it clean. Stayed down on the bottom of the racetrack, made him go around the outside. Greasebomb is going to take the lead, and look at Biddle with a good run. That car is definitely better on this longer run than Greasebomb. Biddle down to the bottom, he crosses under. I don't think Greasebomb saw that coming. He's going to make the pass down on the bottom as they head off at turn number 4, down into turn number 1, and it's going to be Biddle with the lead now. Going to be our 4th different leader of this race. Greasebomb fighting back up on the outside, but Biddle able to hold him off. And we are side by side for the lead. And that is going to be the 96, the big ass fan sponsored number 96 to the point. Andrew Greasebomb in 2nd. Dickman 3rd. Tyler Brewer 4th. Justin Krasinski now in 5th. So only 4 cars left on the lead lap right now. Where's Brewer on the racetrack? Brewer heading down the front straightaway in the 4th spot. So it is JD Biddle now to the lead. Thanks for being here with us. Chris Murphy here with DRSN Digital Racing Sports Network. Hey, you know, if you got a league, if you got a special event you're looking to have covered, there is nothing we can't do. We cover everything from mini stocks on the dirt to 24-hour race at Daytona. We can cover just about anything. We've got guys with lots of different experience with different things. We'll be doing some GT4 races, some endurance races. But if you got something you're looking for some work, reach out. We'll see if we can fit you into the schedule. Right now, we've been doing the Western Racing League. We're doing their Thursday nights here with the Cup Series. And then we're going to come back here in a couple of weeks when they start their Craft and Truck Series. So we will be there for the first race at Daytona on February 10th. As we watch our leader, JD Biddle. Now it's a second back to Greasebomb. So once he cleared Greasebomb, he has set sail. Dickman now back in 3rd. And Dickman finds himself just about 6 seconds off the lead. 4.5 seconds back to Greasebomb. Is Krasinski going to make this whole race without pitting? There's only 25 laps left to go. I don't know. My time in scoring said he has not pitted. So we've seen everybody that pitted early has made a second stop. Zoller pitted, Fechner pitted. I think we might see a run to the... Oh, Cipollini up into the wall there on the outside. Our 6th place running number 77, Nico Cipollini, is going to fall back a little bit more here. The 18 of Zoller has pitted. You can see him on fresher tires. Just how much better pace he has. Also the 12 of Fechner. Going to try to unlap himself here. He's a couple laps down right now. Is Fechner. He's actually 8 laps. Obviously, he's 3 laps down. Going to try to take a lap back right there. All right, 21 laps left to go for JD Biddle. Andrew Greasebomb in 2nd. Dickman back there in 3rd. Tyler Brewer in the 40 in the 4th spot. Our Castlegar, British Columbia driver. Tyler Brewer, and then in 5th is the number 4 of Justin Krasinski. 20 laps left to go, 130 down. These laps have gone by in a hurry. We only had a couple of caution flags. I like that shot looking down from the top of 1 and 2. You can see just where everybody is on the racetrack. Leader, the number 96 of JD Biddle. He has, once he got around Greasebomb, he hasn't looked back. It is now almost 4 seconds. It actually is now 4 seconds back to our 2nd place runner, Andrew Greasebomb. See if we got any battles going on the racetrack. Everybody pretty much separated out as we could see from that long shot. The 77 of Cipollini is going to come into the pits for one more time. Actually, I thought he was in the pits, but he's actually just going to slow down the front straightaway, so like a problem for the 77. He's going to work his way down to the pit road now. So his 2nd pit stop. Our leaders are only taking 1 stop, 15 laps left to go. Can they go all the way? now, getting ready to put a lap on the number 4 of Justin Krasinski here. Dickman had some good pace earlier, sitting there in third. I thought he had a chance to win this, but he's kind of, this long green flag run has not been to his liking. But I'll tell you who it has been a liking to is JD Biddle. JD is running right now. He ran a 16.72 last lap. Andrew Griesbaum with a 17.303, so 0.6 of a second faster than our second place runner. So Biddle has just got some great pace right now in the 96. He has set sail, and right now this is his race to win unless he makes some kind of a mistake. '30 car Dickman has cleared the lap car of Justin Krasinski now. He is still hanging on to third, but he is quite a ways back from our second place car. Actually, only about a second or so. Actually, Dickman is starting to reel Griesbaum in. 10 laps left to go as we come across the line. This race has gone by quickly. I figured we'd be about an hour and a half, but this is less than an hour right now into this race, and we have 10 to go as we ride around with our leader, JD Biddle. The number 96 Chevrolet of JD Biddle is going to come across the line one more time. He rolls off of turn number 4, 8 laps left to go. Let's see if we can keep an eye on this battle for a second. Oh, Dickman has caught Griesbaum, but the lap car of Zoller is going to come into the picture right here. Dickman looked like he caught the wall a little bit when we switched over. And Griesbaum really struggling on this set of tires here. Hit it about 100 laps ago at this point. And he is starting to fall back into the outside wall, so Griesbaum really struggling with that set of tires. That right sides have got to be just about gone. 7 laps left to go. Kind of pancaked the right side of the car. Dickman now up to second. The 12 car of Fetchner right there, a lap down, a couple laps down actually. So it's kind of up to Dickman. Dickman's just going to move out of the way, let him go. Good call right there from Bryce. But here is our leader. He's got about a half a lap lead now, 11 seconds back to our second place running Bryce Dickman. JD Biddle has just taken control of this race late in this stint. Pitted back on lap 44 actually, so 100 laps on these tires, 5 to go. It is going to be 4 to go as he comes across the stripe. We jump in the car. He's getting ready to put a lap on the 4th place running Tyler Brewer on the number 40 right there in front of him. So Brewer with a good run, going to hang on to 4th right here with just 3 laps left to go. We're going to hang with our leader. He's got 2 lap cars in front of him now. It looks like Brewer and Krasinski one more time. So Krasinski still hanging on to 5th. And Griesbaum also right there. So Biddle's got his hands full right here. He's hoping none of these guys make a mistake. Griesbaum has really been struggling hanging on to that car. And I think Biddle's just going to kind of back off right there. He knows he's got a big lead. 2 laps left to go. There's really no point in doing anything crazy. Kind of let these guys sort it out a little bit. Biddle now down to the bottom of Griesbaum as he comes off the corner for the white flag. One more lap to go here at Bristol. JD Biddle looking to take the win. Goes off of turn number 2 into 3 and 4 for the last time. He's going to come off of 4, and it's going to be down the front straight, and it's going to be JD Biddle taking the win here at Bristol for the Western Racing League. Coming home in second. About a half a lap back is the number 30 of Bryce Dickman. And Tyler Brewer, who is about 2 car lengths away from going a lap down, is going to finish on the lead lap in 3rd. But Andrew Griesbaum is going to be 4th. Justin Krasinski going to come home in 5th. And Justin ran all 150 laps without a pit stop and actually put himself 2 laps down. So the strategy, whatever Justin had played out, did not come to his favor. And it is going to be our winner right here. JD Biddle taking what we used to call the Polish victory lap. This was something that was coined by Alan Kowicki back in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. JD Biddle going to take a reverse lap right here, celebrating his win at Bristol for the Western Racing League. Nice run there from JD. We're going to take a look at our booth. See if we get anybody into the waiting room that wants to come talk to us, like, because I haven't talked enough. So JD Biddle with the win. Third race of the season here, going to take the win. We'll take a quick look as we're waiting for anybody to get into the win. We'll take a quick look at the results. And it was Jace. Let me see. That is qualifying. That's not the race. There we go. There's the race results. JD Biddle coming home with the win, as we've said about a dozen times in the last couple of minutes. Bryce Dickman in second. Tyler Brewer, Andrew Griesbaum, Justin Krasinski in fifth, 2 laps down. Brady Zoller also 2 laps down. Had a good run going earlier, but he's going to fall back. Trevor Fetchner in seventh. Nico Cipollini eighth. Robert Messler ninth. Jason Tamer 10th. And Paul Boomershine did not take the green flag tonight. That is going to be our results here from Bristol for the Western Racing League. And we're going to see, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to grab him out of his chat. We're just going to grab JD. JD Biddle. Hey, buddy, are you there? This is Chris up in the booth. JD, are you with me, buddy? All right, looks like I need to put my mic on here real quick. JD, it's Chris up in the booth. You got me, buddy? Let's see here real quick. Looks like... Hello, JD. Are you there? My mic is not working for some reason. Hello, hello. Is this thing working? All right. Let's see if we can get... Still can't get my microphone in here. All right. JD, are you there, buddy? There we go. Hold on just a second here. I got to get one more thing set. I have all this set up real nice and neat, and then it just doesn't work when I want it to. So let's just see here real quick. All technology is wonderful, isn't it? Let's see here. All right. Let's try one more time. Are you there with me, JD?
I'm here with you.
Hey, we got your mic working. All right. Come home with the win. You had a little, kind of started back early, started back in 6th. Had a little incident there with Tyler about midway through the race, but what did you do a little bit differently? You had a great run there towards the end where everybody else seemed to be really struggling on the tires.
Man, historically, I just do not qualify well. I don't ever really expect much out of my qualifying. As far as the race, Tyler got into me there. I don't know if somebody bumped him from behind. I'm not real sure what happened, and he just like barely tapped me. I didn't even have damage. It just enough to upset the car and spin it down. Luckily, it was right about the time everybody wanted to pit anyway. Nothing really lost. It worked out great. Came out on those fresh tires, and I mean, I just took it easy on him. Really, is all it amounted to. Didn't try to break it too late into the turns. Really, I did most of my braking on the straight before we got into the turn. Just kind of dove in, rolled the bottom, and was easy on the throttle coming out. And I mean, I took care of the tires real well, and yeah, there that last, I don't know, probably 50 laps or so. I was like, it kind of hit me. We were 100 laps in already. It's like, oh, we got 50 laps left, and I was reeling in Andrew and I think Brady there, and got by Bryce, got by Brady. Andrew had a little bit of a lead there, but was just kind of steady reeling him in. And then once I got by him, it was like I was gone and just checked out. I kept looking, he kept going further and further back. But I mean, they all ran a great race. I just somehow managed to save tires better than everyone else, and I'm not real sure how that happened.
I mean, Andrew, I thought Andrew was just going to check out there, but once you cleared Bryce and them, you were just set sail. I mean, towards the end of the race, you were running about 5 to 6 tenths of a second faster than anybody else on the racetrack. So whatever you did to save tires really worked out well for you.
Yeah, I think last time I was looking, it was like I was still in the like 16.5 to 16.8 range. And like just trying to take it easy, like, have a little pace, but not really just push them. Big ass fan Chevrolet. I mean, it was running great. Pit crew did a great job setting the car up. Couldn't be more happy with the way the car ran. So it was a good race. Definitely an achievement for me. I'm real happy with it.
Well, probably not a lot of people know what big ass fans are out there, but I do exactly what they're. I've had them for a long time. They're a pretty damn good product. Uh,
Yeah,
we
they're made local here for me, so I like to support the home team. So I put them on most of my stock cars.
that look good on
Them and
there.
Link Belt cranes. They're made here local too, Lexington, Kentucky. So
So you had a cheering section in the YouTube chat. BK was cheering for you there. Told us you won your split in the 24 hours this year.
yeah. Me and him and some of our other buddies, we ran well, split 37 champions at the Daytona 24. We led 856 of 868 laps. Overall winners in the GTP class. We dominated it. I'm still riding the high from that as well. So this is just icing on the cake, really.
I bet that's awesome, man. Well, congratulations on that. Congratulations on the win tonight. We're gonna come back next week at where are we next week? Homestead. Let me see here. I got the schedule here in front of me. Where are we next week? We are at yeah, we're at Homestead next week. So how you feel about your chances there?
Well, I actually just ran another league race at Homestead Monday night, and I did okay at it. If I could take the lessons I learned from Monday into next Thursday, I think we'll be okay. I don't know. I know Justin and Andrew and Bryce. I mean, they're going to come back with a vengeance. So we'll see. But I'm not feeling too bad about it at this point.
Well, congrats again. But hey, man, before we let you go, you got anybody else you want to give a thanks to?
Man, thanks to Tyler Brewer for putting on this league, him and Nico and Dave for doing the work behind the scenes there at WRL. Thanks to you for the broadcast. Um, Shout out to my guys, Peasant Row Racing, my endurance team, uh, and I'll probably send the link to the broadcast to my dad. So shout out to my dad when he watches this back as well.
All right, brother. Well, congrats again, and hopefully we'll see you next Thursday night.
All right, man. Thank you so much. We'll see you.
All right, that's our race winner, JD Biddle. We're gonna steal Bryce Dickman. Bryce, hey, you got Chris up in the booth, buddy. Are you there?
Hey Chris, can you hear me?
I do hear you, actually. I got my settings right for a change here. So hey, man, you were kind of up and down. If we look at your travels throughout this race, you were down as low as about 8th, but got back up towards the front. Kind of tell us a little bit how you saw things out there tonight.
Yeah, it was a really fun race actually. My tire wear was even more brutal than the last week. So strategy was all over the place. Justin kind of unfortunately missed that first pit stop being in the lead and not knowing what everybody else was going to do. Um, yeah, it was super interesting knowing not knowing how hard everybody else was going to push and if there was going to be another caution. Yeah, that first one we decided to go for tires and paid off a little bit. Paid off pretty good. We ended up getting back up there. But man, JD is insane. Insane with the tire management.
Yeah, he looked. I mean, towards the last part of that race, I was watching the lap times, and he was about a half a second faster than anybody else on the racetrack. So I don't know what he did differently because he didn't really look like he was holding back at any point.
Yeah, I'm super impressed. It was a great drive. I thought for sure it was going to be between me and Andrew, but no, he came and smoked us all. Surprised
Yeah,
us all a little bit.
it looked like Andrew really struggled on that tires late on. He was struggling probably just about as anybody more as anybody I saw out there for a while. But I'm really shocked that Justin basically just went that whole race without a pit stop.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I didn't catch if he pit the last 4 laps or
No, he
whatever when
didn't.
he got.
I didn't think he could go
Yeah.
150 laps with around here on fuel.
He was having to go pretty slow, I think, at that point, which sucks, but it happens.
Well, let's see.
It's pretty amazing that he finished.
We come back next week to Miami. You got some laps around Miami. You feeling pretty good about that?
Yeah, I like Miami. I think I'm pretty okay there. I feel really good about Bristol, so I don't know. We'll see how it ends up. I'm going to be a little bit more cautious, I think, going forward on the tires. I had to fight really hard to pass Brady a couple times today, so
Well,
we'll be a little bit smarter.
as fast as JD was, he pretty much had this race. I guess you could say you won the battle with everybody else.
Yeah, the best of the rest, I guess.
The best of the rest. Well, congrats,
I'll take
everybody.
it.
So hopefully we'll see you next Thursday night back up here. But before you go, do you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Yeah, thanks to you again for the broadcast. It was super awesome. I went back and watched the last week's one. It was super entertaining. So thank you for that, and thank you for Tyler and Nico for putting this all together. And I think Dave helps out a lot. So it's cool. It's been fun. I really like this Gen 4 series.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate it. Congrats again, and we'll see you in another week.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get. Let me see. We'll see if we can get Tyler up here. Let's see. Tyler Brewer, hey buddy, get Chris up in the booth. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Come home with a third place finish tonight, man. What? How was your adventure out there? It looked like you had some ups and downs.
Yeah, I don't know the first one, that wreck. I went to go. I thought Andrew was gonna hit me, so I think I shaded a little low, and I took out JD, and I thought, oh boy, not a good look for the league owner to take someone out, but it all worked out in the end. He won, I got third, so can't
Yeah.
complain.
At first look at that incident, it almost looked like Andrew did get in the back of you. But then we went back and took a little bit closer look at it. You'll see it on the replay, and you just barely caught the right rear corner of the bumper on JD. Turned him around, but fortunately, neither one of you hit anything.
Yeah, I was really happy that neither of us actually had any damage from it, so that was good because I did not want to have to did not want to do that to him, and yeah.
Yeah, we started back
Somehow I
in.
saved some tire. I don't know how, but
Yeah, tough place to do it. I mean, it really, you could see, Andrew had some really good pace early, but the tires really fell off on him late. And but between you, JD, and Bryce, you guys did a good job of saving the tires, made up some ground. You actually stayed on the lead lap. I thought JD was going to get you there at the end, but you finished on the lead lap. They're just a great run to come home in third.
yeah, it was good. Yeah, I was fighting for my life. I'm like, if I do anything, I want to stay on lead lap. That is the one thing that I was like I wanted to do. And somehow those tires came back to me because I was struggling behind Nico for a while when we were kind of in the middle of that run. And I just slowed down, let them cool down a little bit, and somehow they came back enough to make her to the end. I think I ended with like 24% on the right front.
Oh wow! Well,
Not
hey,
bad.
we come back next. Let's see. So we come back next week, with Miami with the Cup cars. How do you feel about that?
I got to do some work on the mile and a half. If last week was any indication at Vegas, I have some work to do on the bigger tracks with this car because haven't driven a ton. So I just do some work, do some practice, see what happens, and get ready for Miami.
And then we come back on the following Tuesday on the 10th for the opening race of the Craftsman trucks at Daytona. Really looking forward to that one. How's that shaping up for the group of drivers?
I'm excited. Hopefully it's a good crowd. It's looking pretty promising. I think it's like 37. Let me look here. What does it say? Miley got 38 currently registered in the actual league on iRacing. So hopefully we see that many next week. That would be, if we can get honestly 20, 25, that's kind of my zone where I'm super happy. But if we could start with 35 or more, that's even better.
That'd be a great show. We're looking forward to that. I really take this chance to thank you for bringing us on. We're having a lot of fun with the Western Racing League, and but hey, man, before we let you go, you got anybody you want to give a thanks to?
Just everyone that's supporting us. You bringing you guys on, it's been awesome. Getting some eyeballs on it. God with his Viking Construction Group sponsoring the truck series honestly is a huge helper. We would not be able to have it broadcast like this honestly. So big shout out to him, everyone else that's here racing, supporting us. We're just trying to make it grow for us on the West Coast because running a league is hard out here sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. There's so many people running the East Coast, European guys, and all that kind of stuff. They're running all kinds of, But it's me being on the West Coast as well. This is great. 8 o'clock in the evening for us. We're not trying to get home at 4 o'clock and 4:30 for the West Coast guys. So really appreciate you having us, buddy.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully the truck season goes good, keep some good participation, and we can keep going with it next year too.
All right, man. Well, we will see you next Thursday. I guess we're gonna fly to Miami. It'd be nice if we were actually doing that in the sun. So get out of this
That
cold
would
weather.
be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little chilly up here in the north, so would be nice.
All right, man. Well, have yourself a great weekend, and we'll see you again.
Yeah, for sure. See you.
All right, that was Tyler Brewer, our third place runner here tonight. But our overall winner was JD Biddle. We're going to take a look here again. So we're going to get JD Biddle with his own version of the spin to win that we saw back at Indy. But with the different thing here is that JD had a little bit of help from the 40 of Tyler Brewer. You can see it down there getting into the corner. Tyler's just going to catch that right rear corner, going to send JD around, but no damage on either one of those cars. Maybe just slight, but it did not hurt JD Biddle, as JD is going to come home with the win here tonight. Take a look here at our podium real fast, if I can find the right button to push. And that's giving me like last week, so we're gonna ignore that because that doesn't seem to be working right. So it's going to be JD Biddle coming home with the win here at Bristol for the Western Racing League in the number 96 Big Ass fan sponsored. So appreciate you being here with us. So once again, subscribe to the channel, give us a like, throw babies in here. I don't know what everyone do, dance around. Really appreciate you being here with us. My name is Chris Murphy. We are going to take one more quick look at the rest of our schedule, and we're going to come back next Wednesday night with the Aces Up Sim Sports 360 Sprint's going to be our next race on this channel. We do some other races for some other networks, but that is going to be the next race on our channel here on DRSN. Then we come back next Thursday night on the 5th with more Western Racing League Cup cars at Homestead. So we are going to go ahead and check out of here, get ourselves out of Bristol. Try to stay warm because it is cold outside, like Tyler said. But once again, that's going to put this race in the books. And on behalf of everyone at Digital Racing Sports Network, which is just a few of us, but on behalf of all of us, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of our night. And we will see you again next Wednesday night, live here on DRSN. My name is Chris Murphy. We will see you then.